Here, it's already recording. Let's go. I'm going to go sit up there.
All right, everybody, give a photo for Nerves. And we all know him. We've seen him. All right, everybody, moving right along. Red Monkey, please welcome to the stage, Beverly Charles.
Hi, I'm Beverly. Yes, I am a stripper. I mean, it's a tough job sometimes, but how else am I supposed to get the old paint off the furniture? Okay. Is this the first time? Is there anybody who hasn't seen me on stage before? Okay, and is there anybody who this is the first time they've ever seen me? Wow, the same people. So I wasn't going to do my regular spiel, but since there's new people, I'll do it. The reason I sit down on stage, the reason I started sitting down on stage is because occasionally I have a problem with my feet swelling. When that happens, my doctor says that I should keep my feet elevated, but be sure to get plenty of exercise. Haven't quite figured that one out yet. I mean, I could put a treadmill on the ceiling, but if I'm laying there with my legs in the air, my husband kind of takes it as an invitation. Of course, that is a form of exercise, but I can't even do yoga at home because he keeps trying to make it a double downward dog. Of course, now I just sit down because I'm fat and lazy, but you know. And there's other comedians who call themselves sit-down comedians, but you know, they're in wheelchairs. So, let's see, some people were talking about Jesus, so this is something I've been kind of thinking about recently. Do you think Jesus and his bros were ever out, like, sitting around a campfire, you know, and, like, he goes behind a rock, and all of a sudden he's like, guys, you gotta come see this holy shit big fucking log that I just made. And Peter says, no, you didn't. And then Thomas gets up because he doubted it. And then Judas says, Jesus Christ, you could get 30 pieces of silver for that. And Peter said, no, you can't. So stop crowing about it. Okay. You know, Jesus had more than one job. He was a carpenter and a rabbi and a savior or whatever. So you think he did a lot of cross training? I mean, you know, we wanted to be CrossFit, so anyway, let's see, and I wasn't gonna do this, but since everyone else brought it up, I like my men like I like my coffee, hot, strong, and black. Unfortunately, I don't like coffee. Whenever I do like a black venue, there's always some 80-year-old guy wearing my damn hat. And this one time I was in this all-black venue. I was the only white person in the entire building. And this guy goes up and he says, well, I'm not going to say N-word, I'm going to say the word. So he said it a few times. And then he points to this black guy in the audience. He goes, say the word. So he did. Points to a black lady in the audience, says, say the word. So she did. Points to me and says, hey, white lady, say the word. So I said, Nicaragua. Yeah. Of course, they didn't know that I'm actually from South Africa. And then I became an American. So that makes me African American. See, I get pulled over all the time for driving while African American and speeding. Security guards follow me around in the store for being African American. and a kleptomaniac. And you know that one guy always says, hey, I'm not prejudiced, I have an African American friend. Yep, that's me. Yeah, I'm the white sheep of the family. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Before Facebook and Twitter, yes, there was a before Facebook and Twitter. I used to go to chat rooms online, and the standard greeting when you went in was age, sex, location. So I'd put whatever age I was, female, North Carolina, but I'd also put married, and then I'd put something like whiny and bitchy, or fat and ugly, or gassy, and yet I'd still get all these like private messages saying, send me a picture. And I tell them, well, you know, the only pictures I have online are from my last colonoscopy. They'd say, send it anyway. And they never seem to take it as a hint to like kiss my ass really deep, you know. Let's see, the reason I have to get colonoscopies is because I have Crohn's disease. If there's anybody who doesn't know what that is, it has to do with digestion. And it makes you have to go to the bathroom a lot. And I don't mean to piss. Yes, it's the shitting disease. Now, most people with Crohn's are skinny as shit, which is the shit for them, but shitty for me. Just because I smoke shit so I can eat shit, my shitty shit doctor treats me like shit. No shit, man, no shit. Let's see what else. Let me tell you a little bit about my husband. He had to get a cardiac stress test done, but he's got like a really hairy chest, so he couldn't, so the electrodes wouldn't stick, so they had to shave a couple little spots on his chest. But they made it in sort of a V shape, so now you do a close-up on his chest, that looks like a woman's bush from like the 70s or something. He also has a little bit of a problem with dandruff, so my friend told me to give him Head and Shoulders. I don't know how to give shoulders. He was like, well, you could use a refresher on the head part too. I'm like, well, you never complained about that when we were dating. He said, yeah, but that was 39 years ago. I said, well, you know, I told you on holidays and special occasions. So you know what he did? Went out and got one of those calendars where every day is a holiday. It was made by Oscar Mayer Hot Dogs, so every day is Wiener Day. So I don't know what he's complaining about. I think he's just waiting for me to get old enough to lose all my teeth.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know, they say it takes balls to get up here in front of people and tell jokes. I just borrow my husband's. Well, since our last name's Cannon, he's got cannonballs. That does make it a little bit hard to put them in my pocket, yeah. But anyway, I could start a support group for comedians and call it Stand Up Comedians Anonymous, SUCA, sucka. But we don't really want to be anonymous, so I'd probably change it to Stand Up Comedians Unanimous. But that would make it suck you, which my husband would love to hear. Honey, I'm going to suck you tonight. But he'd probably be pretty disappointed when I left to go to the meeting. I mean, I think he already had it down on his calendar. And, okay, excuse me. During COVID, my brother took to using a fleshlight. Everyone's aware of what that is, right? Well, I only bring this up because he accidentally got it mixed up with his flashlight with built-in stun gun. A shocking experience, to say the least. Of course, he did say it was a good crab zapper. And you know, I used to always call him numbnuts when we were kids. You know, they could make an actual fleshlight with the built-in stun gun and call it a hashtag me too. You better get its permission or else. For African Americans, they could make fleshlights out of mag lights, you know, because of the big black shaft of the mag light. You could put a anus instead of a vagina on it and call it a no, you can't call it that. You could put Trump's face on it and call it a MAGA light. Yeah, it would sell because you'd have the people who really like Trump and they'd be like, oh yeah, I love Trump, he loves me. And then you'd have people who hate Trump and they'd be like, yeah, fuck Trump right in the face, yeah, man. All right, well, our MC is outside, so I guess I'll keep going. I'm gonna have to fall back on a couple of one-liners because my mind is just going blank on me. What did Columbus say to the prostitute on board? Anybody? Land, ho. What did the 7 dwarves say the first time they saw Snow White? Hi ho. I mean, what else do you call a girl who lives with 7 guys, right? She's kind of a hoe. Of course, she was 16 and they were old men, so it was really weird. But then fairy tales are weird because you got this prince that comes along wants to kiss a dead teenager, so whatever. And did you know only 1 in 7 dwarves is happy? What do you call a heavily armed prostitute? Gun-ho? How about a prostitute with bulimia? A heave-ho? How about a prostitute who works in the yard? Garden hoe? How about a prostitute who only does anal? Backhoe, yeah. How about a prostitute who goes fox hunting? Yes, she'd be a tally-ho. And on a related note, what's another name for dominatrix? Tallywhacker. All right, that's all I got for you tonight, so thank you.